Hello and welcome back to our podcast channel.
I'm so excited to shoot this one. I think a lot of people have been wondering what it's like to live in the UAE, and we're gonna give you that insight today.
Oh, yes. But before we get into that, please, guys, like, comment, share, and hit that subscribe button so that you can stay tuned and you can get interactive with us as well. So, follow us on our social media platforms as well. And yeah, if you have any questions for us, send us a DM or just tap on our stories whenever we do ask some questions. But let's not leave you in the dust. Let's start right into it.
So, one of the big questions that we have been getting quite a bit is why we moved to the UAE. And I kind of feel like the UAE chose us in a
Definitely.
weird way. It's kind of that thing of it's meant to be.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, we actually applied in a lot of the Gulf countries, and we had an offer in Bahrain, but that offer fell through, and then we got an offer for the UAE, and
Yep.
that is how we kind of knew that the UAE chose us.
Definitely. However, I just want to basically just give a little bit more insight into that. We applied to so many companies and so many places, and seeing that we got like a response back was absolutely amazing. And both times it was actually the missus who got the response back. It wasn't as easy for me, but Alhamdulillah, we got a response back for the UAE.
Yes. So I think a lot of the people also have been wondering what it's like to live in the UAE.
Yep. And it's not that easy as everybody sees it as, like when they think about the UAE, they're like, oh, everything's so nice and sorted, and that's true. It is, everything is well organized, everything is really a smooth sail ship. However, you really have to watch yourself, or
Yeah.
you have to budget, and there's so many things that you have to look after. And also one of the biggest things to look after, and that is your mental health.
Yeah. Just coming from company where my mental health, where I struggled with my mental health, I feel like you need to find like a really good space for yourself. It's all good and well if you come into the UAE and you get here, and yeah, but like if you are not enjoying that space 6 months down the line, then I promise you it's really, really not worth it. It's not destroying yourself. It's not worth destroying yourself. But enough about that. So initially when we came to the UAE, we didn't come to directly in Dubai. So we were living in Al Ain, which is an emirate
In the
part
UAE.
of Abu Dhabi. And if I just do the comparison quickly, Al Ain is like, I love it. So Al Ain is like really affordable when it comes to like living situation. I would say the groceries are a little bit cheaper as well.
I think everything as a whole is a bit cheaper,
Yeah.
and also the environment is like quite slow paced. So very similar to back home, slow paced, and however things are really affordable when you look at the salary that you are getting. Everything is affordable. You are able to afford a good house. You are able to afford groceries or your basic necessities. Let me
Yeah.
just say your basic necessities is definitely affordable, and then I'm sure you are able to also save quite a bit of money in Al Ain as well, because you don't have that how can I say it,
Your eyes is not
your
big.
eyes aren't big. Exactly, like our parents would say, don't make your eyes big.
I don't know if they would say that.
They would say it in Afrikaans, but like
I can't remember what that.
moenie jou oë groot maak nie. That's how our parents would say it back home. And that basically just means that you need to live in your means. Exactly like that.
Yeah.
So I would definitely say Al Ain is quite slow paced. It's the cost of living is affordable, and I think it's really nice. It's like the greenery. It reminds me of what there's a place back home we call it Paul, in the Paul region, and that reminds me of Al Ain.
I don't know. Anyway, so on to that. Al Ain was amazing. It taught us what. I think it taught me to appreciate the little things.
Yeah.
Because coming to Dubai, it was really rough. It's super expensive compared to Al Ain, and I think Abu Dhabi is also a little bit cheaper. It's just a little bit different, yeah. Getting a place to live in Al Ain, you pay every month. You don't have to put a down payment. I mean, if there is a down payment, it is affordable price. So that's fine. But like coming to Dubai, you have to kind of put a large sum down before you can live in your apartment, and some of their places they take 6 chicks, 4 chicks.
Some places 2 or 1 check as well.
Exactly, you have to pay one time upfront for a year. And that I think was difficult. Finding a home for us, I found difficult. But we kind of prepared ourselves because we knew that we would need to do it. So we had savings, so we saved to do it. So if you are wanting to come to the UAE and you want to rent a place, come with savings, and remember you are times 5 in South Africa.
Yeah, everything is so the rand is times 5 to get to the dirham.
Yeah, so just be mindful about that. Your first month in the UAE, you always have to have at least 2 months of savings.
For 1 month
to get through your first month without the paycheck. So without the salary, sorry. So yeah, so the comparison is like really, it's crazy, it's super crazy. Dubai is super fast paced. Everything's quite far apart. Like you're looking at 20 minutes drive wherever you are. There are certain areas where you are paying a little, or you have a cheaper place for your accommodation, but you have to kind of drive far out. If you are looking at staying closer to the city, you are looking at a more expensive apartment.
Yeah. So coming to Dubai, the thing that I would advise people to do is, when you do get the opportunity to live and work here in the UAE, or specifically Dubai, look for a place close to the metro, because the metro is super convenient. So find a place close to the metro, and then from the metro you can literally go anywhere in Dubai. So once you get to the metro stop, you can then either take a taxi to work, or you can jump on a bus.
And if it is closer to work, you can even walk there. There's a lot of people that are kind of driving the scooters.
Oh yes, the electric scooters.
Yeah, the electric scooters. That's really cool. I'm looking at one.
However, there are rules for the electrical scooters.
Lots of rules.
So if you do get an electrical scooter, just look out for the rules, definitely.
Because if you don't follow the rules, you get a fine.
We don't want that.
Yeah.
And then also the other thing is, of course, if you're staying quite far, because I know back home a lot of people they generally have a big house and they don't want to move into a small apartment. So normally, if you have a house back home and you get an opportunity to come over here, you're already looking at an apartment. So if you do want to look at getting a villa, which is basically a nice big house, it's going to be out for they call it Dubai South, and it's absolutely beautiful. However, you have to take into consideration the traveling time and the traveling cost. So you will either have to rent a car or buy a car, or if your workplace allows you a travel allowance, that will really help you as well get to and from work. But also you want to cut down on that time, especially if you have a family. That's very, very important that you spend time with your family as well.
And I think also when it comes to traffic,
Oof,
when school
crazy.
starts, it's super super crazy. But once it's like not school and it's holidays, it's okay. You can get by. There are certain roads that are obviously full all the time, but yeah, just keep in mind of that as well if you are looking at living further out. Villas close by as well, like, are quite pricey. So
Definitely.
you just have to really find the area that works for you, and you can move from there. Even if an area that's closer to work but more expensive, then do that. I mean, if you can't afford it, you can stay far out, but also be mindful of how you're gonna travel.
Definitely. Moving on to our next topic.
So I put up a question box on my Instagram to see if, or to see what thoughts you guys had, or what questions you had with regards to moving to the UAE. And one of the questions was the cost of living to salary. It varies to different jobs.
Definitely.
I'm talking about the fitness industry. It's completely flooded with personal trainers, so the basic salary is quite manageable, but again, you have to kind of just live in your means. If you're looking at other jobs, corporate jobs, you're looking at a good salary and you'll be able to afford a good apartment. A lot of bigger companies provide a housing allowance. So you can you can arrange your own house, but then they give you money for your furniture and everything inside. So that's that housing allowance.
And then also if you're looking at jobs, especially cost of living to your salary, make sure that you attest your qualifications. And I would say, and I would recommend, come over with a qualification. So which is definitely going to help you in the long run. I'm not saying that there aren't jobs that you can find where you don't have a qualification, but if you have a qualification, it will just make it a bit easier.
It does.
Like they're looking, I mean, if you look at it, there's so many people who apply for one particular job. So if you don't have a qualification, that already puts you at a disadvantage. So make sure you have something behind your name before you reach out to anywhere, I would say.
Exactly. And then another question was, where do you find jobs? We kind of wanted to make this a general, because the question was about a specific job, but we used LinkedIn, which works amazing. You have to, I would say, purchase a LinkedIn
Premium.
Yes, a premium package or whatever. That works, and you will most likely find a job. There's a lot of people recruiting on LinkedIn. And then I think you were talking about another one.
Oh, and then Naukri Gulf.
Yeah.
Naukri Gulf is basically the UAE's online platform where you can find jobs here in the Gulf, specifically related to your qualification. And you need to have a qualification for Naukri Gulf. And then, like Z said, with LinkedIn, you have to make sure that you have a good profile, because that's what they look at. They're looking at, okay, what's on your profile as well. And then make sure the jobs are actually legit. So like, go check out the profiles, go do your background research. So don't just click apply and expect something to happen. Like, honestly, go apply, go almost like almost like stalk them, and then see if you can find an email, see if you can email them directly, but definitely use LinkedIn as your first platform when looking for a job.
And then also just prepare your CV to that job. It's not easy to obviously do that. You have to edit your CV all the time to that specific job, which is a lot of work, but it's worth it when you are actually here and you're working and you're getting a good salary and you are currently like living life.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So this question was hard because it was really tough for us, but the question was, coming from South Africa, how much savings do you need to have? We just got married and our wedding gifts was
Our savings,
yes,
or part of our savings.
part of our savings, and then we kind of like were saving for months before.
So-
I would say because back then it was what, three rand something.
Yeah, 3 rand to 1 dirham.
That was still okay, that was good. But now it's 5 rand, so just be mindful when you are come with a lot of savings. If you are looking at staying at an Airbnb for a month, make sure that everything is covered for that month.
Definitely.
Also make sure that you have some money for food and things. If you're unable, a lot of companies actually offer an advance on your salary. Obviously not the full amount, but you need to ask. I mean, you don't want to come here for the month and starve.
Oh yeah.
So ask the company. They will do everything they can to make you comfortable, but you have to ask.
But do come prepared for yourself. So do make the savings. Like when you come over, I would say come over with a job already at hand. And if that happens, make sure you have enough savings. Don't put yourself in more debt. Just try and come with as many savings as you possibly can. I would say 2 months of savings or 3 months of savings to 1 month, yeah. Depending on where you are,
Yeah.
and your your type of living, I would say.
Yes.
I would say 2 months to 1 month here in the UAE.
Yeah, I would also
2
give
months
you
of
that.
savings to 1 month in the UAE.
And then this was also very specific to a type of job, but I just wanted to generalize it. It says, do we know of any jobs here? In the fitness industry, we can
Definitely assist you.
we can assist you in putting you on the right path, but when it comes to any other jobs, we have no idea. It's not our expertise. We don't know what
What jobs they are in
Yeah.
other fields.
Yeah.
So if you are looking, like we mentioned, look on LinkedIn and then check out Nokri Gulf as well.
Be specific. Actually put in exactly what you're looking for. That will help a lot.
Oh yeah, definitely. Which brings us to our question for ourselves.
So why we came to Dubai? I think we did briefly answer that, but we came to start a better life for ourselves. I think that was one of the important things for me. I just felt, especially in the fitness industry, I felt extremely trapped with regards to the type of training that I am currently doing. So I felt like it would be a better move, a good move for us to move. So that was one of the reasons.
And then for me, it was definitely the safety aspect. So we were definitely looking at a country in the Gulf. So when you think about the Gulf, you're thinking of the Persian Gulf. And generally, around the Persian Gulf is the most safest countries in the world. And for me, that's a big factor. Because my dad always taught me, make sure that your family is safe and you are comfortable in the area that you are. And for me, back home, seeing my wife go to work 5 a.m. in the morning and having to take an Uber. No, it's like that can't happen because she would need to message me. I'm in the Uber now, on route. Okay, I'm 5 minutes away from work now, still safe.
I used to
Okay,
share my location of the
yeah.
Uber with him and my sister so that
Like-
they know where we are.
And that's the thing. It
where I
wasn't.
am.
And that's the thing. It wasn't shared with one person. It was shared with another person as well, because so that both of us can, make sure that we're okay, or you okay on
Yeah.
the trip. So.
And like here, I can just get into a taxi and they will get me to my destination. I can leave something in the taxi and they will call me and say, oh, I left something. And they will drop it again. And I feel like that's super cool.
Oh yeah. So
Also, like at night, traveling with the metro, traveling with taxi, walking in the middle of the night. No one's gonna bother you. You can do it freely and safely, and I love that because now I can run at night without him because he never wants to run, and I love that. I just love that I can do that and be more independent.
Definitely. And also, like, if you think about the other evening, I think we went out at around 10 a.m. I'm sorry, 10 p.m. We went out at 10 p.m. and just wanted to go out for a walk. And we could walk, not worry about anything. We didn't even have our phones on us. But like, I mean, if we wanted to, we could walk with our phones. It wouldn't be an issue. So just having that aspect, that sense of relaxation, sense of comfort, absolutely amazing.
So also one of the things that drew me to Dubai was the traveling aspect. So I'm a traveling baby. I travel everywhere with my sister. My family travels quite a bit, alhamdulillah. So it was all about being convenient or having a convenient area to travel out of. And Dubai is like the layover in Dubai, blah blah. So like we are now here and we can just fly out to wherever we want to be, and I just love that. Mm-hmm. So this is also me in Think Badr, we do next.
But also, I would also say for myself as well, like just to give my family the opportunity to come to a different country and come and visit me.
I think when your family comes, it's gonna be super
Oh,
cool.
I'm so excited for that. So definitely looking forward to that. And then the main reason why we did look at a different country or a country with a stronger currency. That's the main reason.
Yes, let's just be honest about this. I'm a trainer, so I'm really getting value for my money here. I know that it's being spent well, whereas being back home, getting our sessions, and I mean it's just not the same. It's not the same at all. I can do so much with one person paying me than going home and one person paying. It's not the same at all.
Definitely.
So I'm really getting value for the money here. I don't want to touch too much on the next one, but I do want to share it a little bit. So we just want to talk a little bit about work life. Mm-hmm. You want to go for it?
Well, work life in Dubai is definitely not easy. So you would generally see people post on social media and you'd be like, oh, they're living the best life, but in the background, people are working extremely hard behind the scenes. Whether you're a business owner, whether you are an influencer, whether you are just sharing what your daily life on Instagram or whatever, or on any social media platform, that's a big thing. People work extremely hard. It's not fun and games. Like
really
they put in the work to be able to live their own specific dream.
Yeah, so just like off of how I was working in LA, I was working about 12-14 hours a day, just to reach the basic targets. And I mean, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. But long run, it's training. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't think I would be able to do that for months at a time. I think I would totally deplete myself before
Mhm.
I reach, the 6 month mark. So that was also where the mental health comes in. You really
Oh,
have to
yeah.
look after yourself.
Definitely.
So yeah, you really have to find that work environment that is good for you.
Which is
And
not easy to find.
It's not because everyone wants to work in Dubai or work in the UAE, and I feel like they don't understand how difficult it is to work here.
Mhm.
It's not the same as back home. If I compare, because I work with a lot of teachers, so if I compare the teachers back home to the teachers here, it's different. It's so different.
The teachers over here really grind and
They
they deal
really
with a
work
lot.
hard. And also with the trainers, I can say that it's different. Trainers back home, high quality, but not getting the value of what they really deserve. Whereas here, you are working and crafting really hard just to make ends meet. So yeah, it's not the same. You're really working hard here. So if you are seeing someone on social media posting the Dubai life, whatever, then just be mindful that it's not always like that. It's not always like that. They're constantly missing family, they constantly whatever, they are going through some stuff. It's not easy adjusting from moving from home to here, especially if you come from a super big family. So yeah, so just be mindful, it's not easy.
Definitely. So that's it for today. Yeah. So, like we always say, if you guys have any more questions for us, any topics that you want, DM us or leave a comment down below. And don't forget to like, comment, and
Subscribe.
perfect. Cheers, guys. See you in the next one.